Welcome to our lecture online. Now that we had a little bit of an introduction into three-dimensional space, we're now ready to tackle vectors in three-dimensional space. So how do we define a vector in three-dimensional space? Well, a vector in three-dimensional space is going to have three components: an x component, a y component, and a z component. And in mathematics, we often talk about the I, j, and k component, which are synonymous to x, y, and z. So here we have a point in space, some distance away from the origin, and the location of that point in space can have the components a sub 1, a sub 2, and a sub 3. Now we can define a vector, which is a line that starts from the origin and ends at that point, and this would be the length of that vector, and then it would be pointing into that direction from the origin to that particular point. So we'll talk a little bit more about direction of vectors later. Now you can see that the x component here, a1, has a magnitude or length a1, that's the distance from the origin to the point where this is projected onto the x-axis. Projected onto the y-axis, then we have a point that's a2 away from the origin, and project onto the z-axis, we're a distance a3 away from the z-axis, and that's how that point is defined. Now we have different ways of notating a vector in three dimensions. We can write the vector A like this, with the two brackets on it on either side, and then the three components of the point that it's pointing to relative to the origin. We can also write it like this, where we have unit vectors: x unit vector, y unit vector, z unit vector, and we'll define those later, and then the three component values or magnitudes: the distance from the origin to the point on the x-axis, the distance from the origin to the point on the y-axis, the distance from the origin to the point on the z-axis, and those are then the three components of the vector A. Or we can, instead of using x, y, and z unit vectors, we can use I, j, and k unit vectors. Now, the components of the vector A are vectors in themselves. This is how you define the three components: the component of the vector A in the x direction, the component of the vector A in the y direction, the component of the vector A in the z direction. Notice these are the magnitudes of the three components, A1, A2, and A3, and then the directions in which they're pointing, I, j, and k. We can also write the vector as a sum of the three components: the x component, the y component, and the z component. So if you want to then write the components in this format, notice that the x component only has a value in the x direction, not in the y and the z direction. The y component only has a value or magnitude in the y direction, not in the x and the z direction. And the z component only has a magnitude in the z direction and not in the x or the y direction. And if you want to know the magnitude of the vector, that can be found by simply taking the square root of the sum of the squares of the magnitudes of the individual three components. This is the magnitude of the x component squared, the magnitude of the y component squared, and the magnitude of the z component squared. Add them all together, take the square root, that gives you the magnitude of the vector, and this is how we can write that. So now we have a basic introduction to how to deal with vectors in three dimensions. Notice that we defined it as a line or an arrow that goes from the origin to a point in space, but of course the vector can also be defined as a line or an arrow like that between 2 points in space. It doesn't have to start at the origin, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later as well, but at least it gives us a general perspective of how to express at least vectors in three-dimensional space.